And she's off.
Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. It has just been so crazy, which is why I haven't vlogged in a while. But as some of you know, as hopefully most of you know, since there's like 5 people watching, but most of you know that I came home early for Christmas. Yay! And I was so excited to see my mom and dad, and I went home a whole week early. Now, here's the thing, I had it planned since October. I knew I was coming home. My sister and I planned it all out. Originally, she was going to come get me, and then we decided that the Hearts would bring me down. Shout out to the Hearts. Thank you for the ride. And so we got there, and the Hearts pulled up, and we parked over by Dr. Eden's, yard. And we like crawled through the bushes, and shout out to Caroline Lamont. She also knew, and sorry, I look so greasy. I just got out of the shower. She also knew, and she got a box from Cottage and Vine, and she put it in the Moses' garage. So there's a lot of moving parts, and so we grabbed the box and we ran over to the porch, and we put the box on the porch, and well, let's just see how it went. Shout out to the dogs for the beautiful background noise. I mean, I like to think that went pretty well, in my humble opinion. So then I popped out, hi everyone, and then I got to be home for a whole extra week. I was so excited. I was sad to leave Robert behind in Scotland, but man, was I excited to wear shorts and a t-shirt, walking up and down the road. It was perfect. So then, my Christmas break started. 2 full weeks with the fam, with Eliza detonsiled, I guess is how you say it, and then with Mom with her hip surgery and everything. So it was felt like Nurse Ratched. We watched a lot of movies. Anytime Liza would fall asleep, Mom and I would like sneak out to go, I don't know, cook something. Or I had like a laundry list of things that I wanted to do in the United States. Like I wanted to cook, I wanted to like bake things because we don't have an oven. So I wanted space to cook and clean and that kind of stuff. I needed to pack, which I didn't do until the last day, obviously. And I wanted to go to a Target and see a Target. I wanted to eat all these different foods. I wanted to see my grandparents and everything. So we got everything off the list done, and Eliza still didn't feel very good, which is stinky pinky. But now she has no tonsils, so she can only feel good from this point on. Do you hear that, Eliza? Not that you watch, but if you do watch, you have to feel better forever. Just kidding. So I surprised them. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything. I saw Brooks and Calvin and them and the kids in church, and Linda knew, so obviously she told Bob. And I saw Brooks, and Brooks didn't know, and she thought I was coming in, the next week. So I was like, "Hey, Calvin. Hey, Bula." And Brooks like burst into tears because she was like, "I didn't think you were coming." I was like, "Oh, I am. I'm here." Of course, I was exhausted. I kept waking up at like 2 a.m. because my body told me that it was 7 a.m. So I'm like ready to go early in the morning. But so then we spent all week hanging out as a fam and family game nights and, yada yada. And Robert finally came in town, so Mom and I drove up to see Robert come in town, gave him a huge hug, and then he went with his parents, and then Mom and I came back home, and Mom had planned a party for us. Like, the whole family was coming. It was going to be a surprise. But Robert, obviously needed to stay with his family since I got a whole week and he did not get any time. So it was a surprise party for the heart, singular. I think I FaceTimed Robert so he could see everybody, but I don't remember. But it was great. I got to snuggle all my cousins. I got to see all the babies. It was very nice. So I was glad to see everyone. It was a very nice surprise, Mom, that you told me about. A not so surprise, but it was wonderful. It was perfect. And so I was excited to get to see everyone when I was in town, and it was very hard to see them go again because this time I know that it'll be much longer before I see everyone. So that's unfortunate, but that's fine. And then Christmas Eve rolls around, and we do the huge, Well, I go before that. I go to Robert's family on like the 23rd, I think, because Abby was in town, so we did like Christmas with them, and it was so strange for me to do Christmas to like get presents from other people. Like I didn't really understand, so they kind of had to coach me through the way they do things. Which, sorry, Heart fam, if I was like really out of it, I was so confused. But it felt very nice to be a part of multiple families. I get to have like 5 Christmases. This marriage thing's kind of cool. But yeah, that was exciting. And then we did Christmas Eve at Lane Papa Joe's, and then obviously church. Eliza had a basket, like of all her like medications and like cough drops and that kind of stuff. And so she had to like leave because her throat hurt. And she came back. She was standing with Dad, who was ushering, and was holding her basket full of goodies. And this lady leaving like threw her pamphlets and probably garbage into Eliza's bag, thinking Eliza was like collecting at like at the end of church. It was so funny, and we got so many stares from so many people because we were just dying laughing in the back row. It was probably not appropriate, but it was hilarious. And yeah, that was Christmas Eve. And Robert stayed in a tent cot, which I'm sure he would want me to tell you that he stayed in a tent cot. We all sleep together. For those of you who don't know, we all sleep together Christmas Eve, my siblings and I. My sister and I will sleep in her bed. My brother will sleep on an air mattress on the floor. Well, this year, since there were 4 of us, not just 3, and Eliza's room looked like a tornado had hit like a year ago, and they were still recovering from the rubble. That's what it looked like. We moved into what we can now call Eliza's den, which is Dad's den, but I don't think it ever really belonged to Dad. So we stayed in Eliza's den, and Eliza and I slept on the couch. Everett had a blow-up mattress that immediately deflated. Classic. And Robert had a tent cot, which is a cot with a tent on it. Singular person. It wasn't that uncomfortable, but it's heavy as hell, so I cannot imagine camping with the thing. So he was very proud of himself. And we all had our matching PJs. Mama had matching PJs, and we got up and did Christmas together, and then we did the breakfast together. Robert really wanted to add something, so he had like this cake thing his mom made. I can't remember what it's called. And it put in the oven, and he was very, very excited to share it. Everyone got good stuff, classic Christmas. I'm trying to think if there's anything like crazy memorable, but I don't. It was all just great. I got an let me get Edelby. I got an Edelby. Ouch. I got an Edelby. Doesn't it look just like her? I was freaking the TSA people out when I was leaving or coming back to Scotland. Because they'd keep looking at me and being like, do you have a dog in your backpack? And I'd be like, no, why do you ask? So she's perfect. We're calling her Egbert. Shout out to Papa Joe for the name. This is Egbert. Oh, look. There's Edelby. I love her so much. When Grace, Hannah, and Jordan visited for New Year's, which will be in the next vlog, they were like, whoa, that looks realistic. You have got to get rid of that thing. So she slept with me because I miss my doogie. So she's sitting on my desk now. So yeah, everything was great. And then we went to the Hearts and we got to hang out with them. We did a big Christmas, I guess dinner. Yeah, dinner. I had to think about the time of day. To me, when it's dark, it could be like 2 p.m. because that's like when it starts to get dark here. So like in my mind, I'm like, it was dark at the Hearts house. What time was it though? It was like 7. But it was delicious. And I tried Lisa Hart's sweet potatoes with cinnamon or brown sugar or whatever it was. It was amazing. I don't think I'll ever eat a sweet potato again unless it's those sweet potatoes. It was like eating candy. Rebecca's fiance Nate was right. It's just like candy vegetable. It was delicious. It was amazing. And then I brought Liza's Shock-tato up to the Hearts, and we played Shock-tato upstairs. Phenomenal. Terrifying. For those of you who do not know, Shock-tato is like a game of hot potato, but it shocks you when you get it. So, yeah. So it's like has like a really annoying music. It's like me, 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 me. Actually, it's nothing like that noise. I don't know what that was. That was bizarre. But it does make some like timer noises. And then once like when it stops, it's like and it like vibrates you, and it's not painful. It's just alarming. So it's like going around and you're like throwing it around and freaking out. And we had a good group of people playing some Shock-tato. So pretty important stuff. It was pretty awesome. And then, I'm trying to think what else we did in Hickory. I went and saw Little Women. We had a girls' night, movie night with some of Robert's neighbors, and one of his neighbors got engaged. So that's also Little Women, so good. Absolutely worth seeing it. I would see it 100 more times. I'm actually going to stay with my friends on Sunday in a week because they haven't seen it yet, and it's so amazing. And I also saw Frozen 2 with my mom and sister. We dressed up. I hope I have pictures of that. I dressed up as Olaf, obviously, the snowman, for those of you who do not know. And Eliza dressed up as Elsa because she's blonde. So she was wearing like, like white pants or like blue pants and like a blue shirt and like a white, whatever. And then Mom was Anna, so Mom wore like black pants and a purple top and like braided her hair. So we felt pretty cool going into the children's movie dressed up. But I would 10 out of 10 definitely suggest going to see Frozen 2. It was really good. Obviously not the same amount of musical hits as the first one, but I thought it was phenomenal. I left the theater very satisfied and quite frankly, very full from popcorn. So, yeah. And then we headed off on our journey yet again to start our New Year's trek. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I'm going to obviously play the pictures now, and if I remember something, I'll put it in there. See you guys next time for the New Year's storytelling edition. Woo! I forgot to say that I went hunting with my dad. Shout out to Dad. And I went on a run with my brother. So, a lot of quality time with the dude bros. Am I right? Just kidding. But it was fun, both of them. It was very nice. I beat Edward for like 1 second. I was beating him in a race. And then naturally, he went very fast, very far away. But for the first second, I was like, yes, I'm winning. It didn't really work out. And we saw one deer. Dad and I saw one deer. And it was gone. It was just hanging out in the bushes. Which I'm glad we didn't kill it, because that would have made me sad. But it was still fun. Okay, that's all I remembered for now. also, Robert found the pickle, but he broke it.
On the bottom. Okay, how do I cut it back up now?
How do you back up? How do you back up?
Hold on.
Oh, Lazarus is catching.
Yeah, back up.
Ooh, mine didn't catch. Your fire's better than my fire. Mine did good. Mine won't catch on fire. Look, all my flame went out.
You can just get that on video, right?